Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that everything you thought you knew about the universe was wrong. That your entire galaxy was just a speck in an ocean of billions of other galaxies. On December 30th, 1924, astronomer Edwin Hubble made that announcement, and humanity's place in the cosmos changed forever. Stay with me, because this story reveals how one man's curiosity expanded our universe by 1 billion times. It's December 30th, 1924, and a 35-year-old astronomer is about to publish findings that will revolutionize our understanding of existence itself. Edwin Hubble stands at the Mount Wilson Observatory, 20 miles northeast of Los Angeles, holding photographs that prove something extraordinary. What everyone believes are clouds of gas and dust inside our Milky Way galaxy are actually entire galaxies, millions of light years away. Think about what this means. Until this moment, scientists believed the Milky Way was the entire universe. Everything. Every star you can see, every cosmic phenomenon, all of it contained within one galaxy, our galaxy. That's the universe, about 100,000 light years across. That's it. Hubble is about to prove they're spectacularly, magnificently wrong. But let's back up to understand how he got here. Edwin Hubble didn't start as an astronomer. He was born in 1889 in Missouri, and he's a fantastic athlete. At the University of Chicago, he's so good at basketball that he's offered a chance to play professionally. He boxes, he runs track, he's got a Rhodes Scholarship to Oxford. And at Oxford, he studies law. His father wanted him to be a lawyer, so he is. He even practiced law for about a year in Kentucky. But he hates it. Absolutely hates it. In 1914, he writes to his former astronomy professor, "I'm going back to astronomy. I'd rather be a second-rate astronomer than a first-rate lawyer." So, at 25, he starts over. He goes back to school, gets his doctorate in astronomy, and by 1919, he's working at Mount Wilson Observatory with the most powerful telescope on Earth, the 100-inch Hooker telescope. Now here's the scientific debate raging at the time. Astronomers have been observing these fuzzy, spiral-shaped objects they call nebulae. The big question, are these nebulae clouds of gas inside our Milky Way? Or are they separate island universes, entire galaxies far beyond our own? Most astronomers, including the very influential Harlow Shapley at Harvard, insist they're just nebulae in our galaxy. The idea of other galaxies seems preposterous to them. But Hubble has a secret weapon, a discovery made by a brilliant woman named Henrietta Swan Leavitt 12 years earlier. Leavitt discovered that certain stars, called Cepheid variables, pulse in brightness at a regular rate. And here's the magic. The brighter the star truly is, the slower it pulses. So if you observe how fast a Cepheid pulses, you can calculate its actual brightness. Then, compare that to how bright it appears from Earth, and boom, you know exactly how far away it is. It's like knowing someone is holding a 100-watt light bulb. If it looks dim to you, they must be far away. If it looks bright, they're close. Simple, elegant, brilliant. Hubble spends months photographing the Andromeda Nebula, the largest and brightest of these mysterious spiral objects. Night after night, in the cold darkness of the observatory dome, he captures images, searching for these special pulsing stars. And he finds them, Cepheid variables in Andromeda. He measures their pulse rate, calculates their actual brightness, compares it to their apparent brightness, and does the math. The answer? 860,000 light-years away. Let that sink in. The most distant stars in the Milky Way are about 100,000 light-years from Earth. These stars are nearly 9 times farther. They cannot possibly be in our galaxy. Andromeda has to be an entirely separate galaxy. On December 30th, 1924, Hubble published his findings. 2 days later, on January 1st, 1925, he presented them at the American Astronomical Society meeting. The response is explosive. Some astronomers are thrilled. Others, like Shapley, are devastated. Shapley had spent years arguing the opposite position. When he hears about Hubble's discovery, he reportedly says, "Here is the letter that destroyed my universe." But the evidence is undeniable. Within a few years, Hubble will identify even more galaxies. He created a classification system for them that astronomers still use today. He discovers that these galaxies come in different shapes: spirals, ellipticals, irregulars. And then, in 1929, Hubble made another stunning discovery. The galaxies aren't just sitting there in space. They're moving away from us. The farther away they are, the faster they're moving. The universe itself is expanding. This observation leads directly to the Big Bang theory. If the universe is expanding now, it must have been smaller in the past. Rewind the clock far enough, and you get to a moment when everything in the universe was compressed into a single point, the beginning of everything. One man's curiosity, one telescope, and the universe goes from being a single galaxy 100,000 light-years across to an expanding cosmos containing an estimated 125 billion galaxies, some more than 13 billion light-years away. Today, the Hubble Space Telescope, named in his honor, orbits Earth, sending back images of galaxies so distant their light has been traveling toward us for billions of years. We're literally looking back in time, seeing the universe as it was when it was young. Edwin Hubble's discovery reminds us that the universe is always bigger, more mysterious, and more wonderful than we imagine. And it all starts with someone willing to question what everyone knows to be true. Think about the explorers in your own family tree, the ones who looked beyond the horizon, everyone else accepted, who questioned what everyone thought was settled, who discovered something new about the world or themselves. Do you know their stories? The moment your great-grandfather left everything familiar, the day your grandmother challenged convention, the choice someone made that expanded your family's universe? These stories are out there, waiting to be discovered, just like those distant galaxies. Have you captured them? Have you asked the questions while the answers are still available? The courage to explore, to question, to look beyond what's known, that runs in your blood. Those stories deserve to be told before they fade like starlight. If this journey from our tiny corner of space to understanding the vast cosmos inspired you, join the History Sparks community. Every single day, we share stories of human curiosity, courage, and discovery that changed everything. Subscribe and hit that bell, because tomorrow brings another tale of someone who dared to see further than anyone thought possible. History isn't just about looking back. It's about the wonder of discovery, the courage to challenge certainty, and the persistent question, what else is out there? Your family's story is part of that eternal human quest.